Shalom Aleichem and welcome to Online Smicha. Today we'll discuss the halacha in this week's Parsha, Parshat Nitzavim. Atem Nitzavim Hayoim, it says in Svarim, Hayoim Kaya Rosh Hashanah. The day of Rosh Hashanah, all Yidden are Nitzav, the Eibishter judges them, L'toiva v'levracha. So we'll talk about a concept in Rosh Hashanah, perhaps not that famous. The Alter Rebbe brings in Hilchos Rosh Hashanah, the Noegim Shaloi Lishem B'Yom Rosh Hashanah. It is customary that on the day of Rosh Hashanah you try not to sleep. Kidei Shaloi Yishem Mazoloi. So your mazel shouldn't be a fashlaf in the mazel. Everything in Rosh Hashanah, as the Gemara says, Simona Milsa, it's symbolic, and every symbol shows for something. If you go to sleep, it's fashlafen. It's Meira Atzlus. You don't want to have a fashlaf in the year, you don't want to have a lazy year, etc. Vayoshev Batel, the Alter Rebbe continues, one who sits and wastes his time, Hareza Kiyoshin. It's just as bad as just sleeping. Don't sit and waste your time on Rosh Hashanah. And we know all the letters that the Friedrich Rebbe writes, the Rebbe writes, how important the days of Rosh Hashanah, of saying Tehillim, and Arayin Zappen, these days of Rosh Hashanah, these awesome days for Kedusha. Alter Rebbe says, however, there are those that say that after midday you could already sleep. In Shara Kavanis, it says the reason you don't sleep on Rosh Hashanah, because it's, as the Alter Rebbe, similar to what the Alter Rebbe says, it's Hu Yoshem Lamayla, because it looks like he's Fashlofen. Ad shemis'oirer ayudei atkiyos shofar ve'enoi ela ad chatzi hayoim ume'az ve'elach yechoyel lishon. From after midday you could sleep. Ki kvar nis'oirer za ayudei atkiyos demiyushav utfilas musaf. Because whatever his oirers were supposed to take place took place already by the tkiyos demiyushav and tfilas musaf. Rav Shlomo Zalman Auerbach was asked if it's so important not to sleep on Rosh Hashanah, should a person try to wake up right at the crack of dawn and perhaps daven vasikin? So from the beginning, the most earliest part of the day, shlaftenish, he's already rolling with kedusha. And Rav Shlomo Zalman, or he was also asked, a chazan or somebody that davens, and the chazan is davening much longer, barichus, and between chapter adremo. Is that a terrible thing? Because the reason that the fadremo, so he should be able to daven better later. So Rav Shlomo Zalman says that I don't see the hiddur waking up vasikin. Obviously, we're talking about people who vasikin wasn't a big deal. I don't see a person to go out of his way, change his normal routine of when he wakes up to wake up early, just at the earliest part of the day, shouldn't be sleeping. And especially if Wayuf Adremeling zich is to benefit the later part of davening, it's Eichenishkin problem. And he's allowed to do that because ultimately it's going to help his avoid the rest of the day. There is an interesting debate here. Because in the Baruch Sha'amar, Sefer Baruch Sha'amar, he says, let's understand this. This is all comes, the makar and the yesod for this whole concept is what is based on what the Chazal say. The Gemara says, the Yerushalmi says, they quote from the Yerushalmi, the Ramah quotes from the Yerushalmi, Hai man de domich berei shata, domich mazle. So they quote as if it's the Yerushalmi saying this. Says the Baruch Sha'amar, I haven't seen it in any Yerushalmi, and I'm not even shocked, because there's many Yerushalmis that we haven't seen. So it could be there is such a gersa, but the fact is I haven't seen it. But besides for that, says the Baruch Sha'amar, who said that domich, haiman the domich berei shata means he slept. Somebody who falls asleep, goes to sleep. I could show you that perhaps damich means misa rachmana litzlan. If somebody passes away on Rosh Hashanah, that's not a good mazel. because it looks like, even though Rosh Hashanah is an awesome day, a special day, but it looks like his mazel has finished, it's done. And Uvechein, he learned Pshat, even though obviously in Shulchan Aruch it's brought in the Ramah, and it's brought in the Alter Rebbe Shulchan Aruch, but he says, perhaps the Yerushalmi was talking about something else. So we all have to dedicate our time at Rosh Hashanah to Torah, Avodah, actually Avodah, the davening even more than Torah, as it's brought in Pesachei Tshuva, that Greisa Rabbanim, during this period of time, took off some of their studying time, and they dedicated the time for Tefillah, and Mazal Davening, Mazal Zayin Hashanah Tova, Umavurachas, Lano Echol Yisrael. Please join us again next week.